Welcome to the farm.
Welcome to the farm. I'm Justin, and today we're going to talk a little bit about changing a compact tractor tire. So over the last summer we were upgrading our walkway up to our house and actually widening it, turning it into a driveway so we could drive right up to the house. And as I was doing that, we were removing railroad ties, and my front tire of my tractor found a railroad spike. After a couple attempts to try to repair it, I found that it wasn't repairing the way I would like, so I ended up getting a new tire. Oddly enough, it was cheaper to buy the tire rim combo than to buy just the tire. So that's what I did. And unfortunately, this tire is mounted for the other side of the tractor. You can tell here, tread, opposite. And I kind of Googled the part number that came with this, and it's just a front tire wheel assembly. It doesn't designate between right and left. Maybe there is a part number that does. The part number I Googled, I couldn't find it. So it was a 50-50 shot on whether I got the right one, and of course, I got the wrong one. So we need to take this tire off, flip it around on the rim, before we can mount it on the tractor. So with the background on why we're changing the tire out of the way, we can go ahead and get to actually changing the tire. And the first thing I need to do is remove the valve stem and the valve so that the air will come out of the tire so I can pop the bead. Now with all the air pressure out, I can go ahead and pop the bead of the tire off the rim. And to do that, I'm just going to take the pallet forks on my tractor, put some down pressure on the tire, then I'll take one of my tire spoons, stick it between the tire and the rim, and just kind of pry and try to get that bead to pop loose. The bead of a tire can be very hard to get loose. The tractor helped out significantly. Now we just need to pop the bead on the other side of the tire as well. Now that we got the bead popped loose from the rim on both sides of the tire, the real work can begin. And since I don't have any fancy tire machines, we have to do it the old-fashioned way with some spoons. But before we just start prying on the tire with some spoons, I'm going to lube up the tire a little bit to make it easier to get that bead up and over the edge of the rim. And I'm just using some watered-down dish soap. It worked pretty good for me. With the bead lubed, the first thing you want to do is get your spoon up underneath the bead and behind the rim, and just pry up to bring the bead over the rim. Then you can take your next spoon, stick it further down the tire, between the tire and the rim, pry up again, and you just keep working your way around the rim and tire until the tire pops free of the rim. It can take a while, and it can be quite the process to do. With the front side out, we can go ahead, flip the thing over, and work on the back side. And it's going to be basically the same concept. Pull up on the rim, get the spoon between the rim and the tire bead, and pry up to get the rim out of the tire. With the rim started out of the tire, you work your way back around just like you did on the front side. Now with the tire and rim apart, we can go ahead, flip the tire over, and put it back on the rim. So in order to start getting the tire back on the rim, first thing you want to do is hook the tire over the rim on one side. Then you can take your tire spoon, stick it underneath the tire, between the tire and the rim again. This time you're going to pry down to push the tire on over the rim. Keeping some weight down on the tire by kneeling on it or pushing on it Also helps to get the tire on. And now it's on to what I think is the hardest part, getting the final side back on. So you're going to do it much like you did when you took the first side off, except in reverse. You're going to put the spoon between the rim and the tire, push down on the tire to get it hooked over the rim, and then just start working your way around with the tire spoons, pushing the tire back on. With the tire back on, we can reinstall our valve stem and get ready to put air in this thing. Since I did the tire change on a gravel surface, I'm going to take my air gun, I'm going to blow out around the bead of the tire and the rim just to make sure I don't have any debris in there. Hindsight, I should have put down a piece of plywood or something to work on just to keep the dirt out of it, but it worked out okay for me in the end. Now that I verified the rim and tire are clean, I need to get the tire bead back seated on the rim. And that can be kind of a tricky process. Thankfully, I was able to just kind of move the tire around, apply my weight in different spots, and I was able to get the bead to grab and fill it with air. Now all I need to do is take the old rim and tire off the tractor and put the new one on. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful, and just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.